everybody, Robin here. My husband Dan and I are new post-ops for the RNY gastric bypass surgery. Dan is about 2.5 weeks out and I am 1 week post-op today. Let's start with Dan's numbers first. He started at 325 and during the pre-op diet he lost 18 pounds. And on surgery day he was 301.3. And during the first week, he lost 3.3 pounds, plus 10 pounds of the IV liquid that they pump in you during your stay at the hospital. So then this week, he lost 9.8 pounds, which gives him a total loss so far of 33.8 pounds lost. He is doing really well. He did have a little minor bump. While I was actually about to go into having my surgery, the Friday before, he had a little bit of a bulge at one of his incisions. So we were a little concerned about it, so we called the surgeon and he agreed that we should come in and get seen. And the surgeon just kind of decided just to let him go over the weekend, see how it does. And if it didn't resolve, to come in and see him on Monday, which was my surgery day, and their offices and the hospital, it's all combined, so he'd be there anyway. So on Monday, he went up and saw him because it had not resolved, and he also was getting these stomach pains, kind of just this intermittent stomach pains. So they did a CT scan, they did, I don't know if they did any other tests. It was, I had surgery that day, so I don't really remember everything. But I think he just had a CT scan, and ended up that he didn't have anything wrong. There was no strictures or no issues, and they decided it must be bacteria related. And apparently, for this surgery, you're given a type of antibiotic prior to the surgery that kind of, I guess, cleanses your colon and it gets rid of the good bacteria in your colon, and so I think his body was reacting to that, and it was just causing some pain. So now he's on Flagyl, and he's doing much better, and that was, all last week, and so he's doing much better now. Okay. Other than that, he's on his soft puree food diet, and he's so lucky, because I'm like stuck in fluids only, and but he's doing really well. He's like making himself little tuna fish sandwiches. He's like taking tuna and light mayo and some sugar-free relish, and then he's like toasting bread really well, and then he's like putting it on, and it's like a 3-bite little dinner. He's also doing the same thing with canned shrimp and Old Bay. He also has pulled together a couple of other little concoctions to get more of his protein from food instead of from his shakes. But otherwise, he is doing really well. Okay, now for me. I am 1 week post-op today. I have to tell you that today is the best I have felt yet. I have really, like when I got home from the hospital, I didn't feel good at all. And it really took me quite a while to get here. I feel like it was a long week. But let's see, let me start with my numbers. Okay, so I started out at 288, and during my pre-op week, I lost 9 pounds. So on surgery day, I was 279. This week, I lost 4.4 pounds, including the 6 pounds of IV fluid that I gained while I was in the hospital. So my total loss so far is 13.8. and I am now 274.6. And I'm really happy with that. I think that that's plenty. I don't want to lose my weight really, really quick. I think 4 or 5 pounds a week in the beginning is good for me. I already am feeling the effects of not getting all of my protein, not getting all of my water. I'm just really struggling with just, I'm constantly drinking something at some point, and although this morning has been a lot better than any other morning I've had. But let's see. I actually had 2 different people ask me how my pre-op week went without food. Okay, it sucked. Honestly, there was nothing good about it. The only good part, I guess, is the fact that I lost 9 pounds to all regain it all back when I went into the hospital, but that would be the only plus to it. I was miserable. I was miserable before I even got started. I had had my so-called final dinner with Dan almost a week and a half prior to that. So I didn't go crazy, and I didn't go and have a special dinner the night before I started. I didn't even have dessert after I had a kid dinner with my children. My special dinner that night was manwiches and macaroni and cheese. And I didn't even like break into the ice cream later. I didn't do anything special. I don't know why. But so when I started on that Monday, I was miserable. And there's really no other way to describe it. I mean, by the end of the week, I was mad. Like, and I'm not like that type of person. So it's like, I mean, we did 2 things, and I would suggest you not do either one of these things on your pre-op week of your fasting. We went to Black Friday, which of course you won't be doing that, but we went shopping at the mall, but basically just don't go to the mall. We were there at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and we were just running to JCPenney's because there were certain clothes for the kids that were like $4, $6, and so we were just running in. Well, when we had to park, we had to walk through an area of the food court. Well, I'm thinking as I'm walking in, that's no big deal. It's 4 a.m. What's going to be open? Well, everything was open, including the Chinese and the pretzel people and Chick-fil-A, and the smell. By that time, it was Friday, and I was like, food had almost like started to like upset me, and I was like, it didn't smell good, in other words. I wasn't enjoying the smell. And so we finally get through that, and honestly, I didn't do well. I honestly think I was going like into like malnutrition or something. I was feeling faint. At times I would just like get dizzy. I obviously didn't have enough nutrition. Anyway, okay, and the other thing you should not do on your pre-op week is you should not go to the movies. You would think going to the movies would be a nice, calm, easy thing to do when you're not allowed to eat. No. Every single person that is around you, and we were in a packed movie theater because we went to go see Unstoppable. We had people, I mean, people were all around me. Every single one of those people had a different snack, and they were so loud with it. I was just like, I could hear popcorn crunching all around me. Okay, by the time the movie was over, I was mad. Like, I don't even know if mad is the right word. I just was like miserable. I was just like, get me home. Get me to my Carnation instant breakfast drink that I have waiting for me in the car, and let's go. So I would suggest you don't do really anything public during that week, because the food, the world revolves around food, from the TV commercials to everybody's plans, Thanksgiving and dinner plans and meeting with friends. Everything is food related. And I have a feeling that might be my hardest thing, is trying to disconnect the social life with the food, because right now they're not meshing at all. So, okay, so let's move on. This is probably going to turn into a long video. I can already kind of tell. I'm going to stop it now, and I'm going to start off with my hospital stay.